Hi, we are Liv, Emma and Kobie, and this is our video assignment. Our project is on Robert Merton, a 20th century sociologist who was interested in creating a middle ground, flexible theory from which to study society from. In this video, we will explore how Merton's theory of status role set, manifest latent function, and strain theory apply to the life of an everyday university student. First is Merton's theory of the status and role set. This theory is based on the work of another sociologist, Linton. Linton's work explains that each individual in society has a status, a place in a particular system which they occupy at a particular time. For each status, an individual is associated with a role, the sum total of culture patterns according to that status. Merton then builds upon this theory, arguing that instead of a singular associated role, each status has several associated roles. He notes that these roles may also conflict due to incompatibility between roles. Take Stacey, for example. Stacey's status is a student at the ANU, which has several associated roles, her role with her lecturer and her role with her housemates. Stacey's lecturer expects her to complete an assessment by noon, but her housemates also expect her to clean the house by the same time. As Stacey only has time to do one, this therefore creates a conflict between her roles associated with her status as a student. He calls this the theory of the status and role set, and it is important as Merton believes statuses and roles comprise the major building blocks of social structure.
The second theory we'll be exploring is Merton's theory of the manifest and latent function. Merton explains that with every function, there is distinction between what he calls the manifest function and the latent function. The manifest function can be understood as the main intentional effect of action, whereas the latent function is the unexpected effects and consequences of action. Again, we can look at Stacey and how she attends university at the ANU. Stacey's manifest function of going to university is to earn a degree that will award her a successful job. However, Stacey also experiences the latent functions of attending university, such as strong friendships and self-growth.
Finally, the last theory we'll look at is Merton's strain theory. This theory seeks to explain why some individuals in functional societies still have behaviours which deviate from the norm. Strain theory begins by explaining that in a society, we are all exposed to cultural goals, socially constructed norms that should be strived towards, and institutionalized means, the appropriate way of achieving these goals. However, Merton argues that there may be differences in the way that we perceive and fulfill these goals and means. Merton believes that this conflict between cultural goals and institutionalized means is the source of deviant behavior in society. To this end, he proposes 5 ways in which an individual can interact with these goals and means: conformity, innovation, ritualism, retreatism, and rebellion. Again, take Stacey for example. Stacey's cultural goal as a student at the ANU can be defined as achieving good grades. Stacey's institutionalized means of achieving this goal can be expressed as attending class regularly and completing the required work before class. We can now apply this to Stacey. Conformity. Stacey achieves the cultural goal of good grades through the appropriate means. Innovation. Stacey doesn't follow the institutionalized means, but achieves good grades. For example, Stacey copies another student's exam paper, yet still achieves her goal. Ritualism. Stacey follows the institutionalized means, but does not attain the cultural goal. In this case, Stacey studies and attends classes, but does little in achieving good grades. Retreatism. Stacey doesn't want to study using the appropriate means, and doesn't achieve good grades. In this case, Stacey doesn't attend class and does little in the way of wanting to achieve good grades. We have rebellion, in which the cultural goals and institutionalized means are substituted for something else. For example, Stacey may substitute the cultural goal for achieving strong friendships at university. As a result, the institutionalized means change, and Stacey may join more sports teams and go out more to achieve her new goal.